Case so boom, that time cocky folk end up with a 6 minute no cover. Now, one thing I can't stand in life in general, whether on the streets or in the penitentiary, was cocky people. People who very prideful, ego driven, you know what I'm saying, real haughty, and they feel like they untouchable. Feel like can't nobody do nothing to them and feel like they can get away with everything. And we had a brother like that at one point in time. He wasn't there for a long time, but he was just super cocky and loud about everything. But the crazy thing about super cocky people, they usually attract a lot of people and they have them so fooled until they end up getting called on really who they present themselves to be. Now, a lot of cocky people really ain't even about their life. You just done said so much that you have to stand behind, and then when you end up in a real situation, you realize you don't let your mouth write a check that your couldn't cash. And cocky folk was one of them individuals who basically had a boo game by talking crazy all the time. So they playing domino, they playing cards one day, right? We down here chilling. All of a sudden, dramatic effect me, please. Cocky folk just get to talking and going in and did this and that, and then he get to talking about his child partner. Man, because my child partner down there at South Central right now, he out on PC. He already know if he go to any compound, folk they're gonna step on him. I'm talking about just like I was on the town, stepping on everything, you know what I'm saying, bro? Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro, he the reason why, you know what I'm saying, bro, we going in a little lick, right? So he called me, I'm talking to him, he talked back, we conversed, we having a whole little conversation. He already know to call me because I'm gonna put something down, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna step on it, you know what I'm saying? So when he tell me what's going on with the lick, he pulled up, get me, right? Get in the car, we drive over, boom, we going boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? We gonna take care of the beating or whatever, right? Split everything right down the middle, folks. And then, you know what I'm saying, a couple days or whatever go by, you know what I'm saying? So I'm rapping with the little broad or whatever, right? When everybody already know what happened was cocky folk was talking too much after they hit the lick. That was already the word. The word on the compound, even when his child partner had to go to PC because they had to call G. Edgar Hoover. G. Edgar Hoover called me to the cell. Hey, Joe T, come to the cell real quick. I go in, man, bless his cell. What's up? He was like, man, folk them on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Cocky folk done said the situation. Bro down there trying to explain, you know what I'm saying? He wrong for what he did, but cocky folk put him in the predicament. He asked me, they done made the decision at South Central. He asked me if a situation, because the brothers was messed up about it, you know what I'm saying? If a situation like this happened down here, how would you deal with it? Because they done put hands on them and push them to the back. Now, a lot of time when they put hands on you and push you to the back, it's a prideful thing. It's something in your mind that says this is what you have to do because these are the street codes and guidelines you have to abide by, you know what I'm saying, in order, you know what I'm saying, for you to be what it is that you say you are. And a lot of times you just delusional and brainwashed, programmed and conditioned when you know, man, I can understand that to an extent. So when G. Edgar Hoover explained the situation, he like, so they hit this lick, whatever. Cocky folk messing with this girl that's related to the person they robbed. The person that he tell the girl tells somebody that they kin to, they go back, they tell him. When they tell him, it end up a situation, he end up getting hit, cocky folk them end up coming to the penitentiary. The brother that end up getting pushed to the back, he feels some type of way because this never happens if he ain't being cocky and running his mouth talking about what they did and the money and being flashy and this and that. And he's saying, you know what I'm saying, they had this conversation. They get into it all the time. They end up getting arrested. Now it's a, man, we're going to be straight. Don't say this and don't say that. Bruh made a statement. Bruh made a statement about whatever, but he tried to lie, but he implicated, you know what I'm saying, and they both end up getting arrested and in the situation coming to the penitentiary. So in that situation, G. Edgar Hoover asked me, Joe T, what would you do? I said, I wouldn't have pushed him to the back. He said, man, he said, I feel you. He said, the thing is, you know what I'm saying, because it's one of the folks. I said, dude ain't affiliated? Nah, he wasn't, you know. That's another issue. Because if he was the business, how would it been looked at? I don't know, Joe T. That's a tough one, you know what I'm saying? Because the girl, how they end up getting arrested and going, because they tried to fight it, the girl end up making a statement. It's in the paperwork that bruh, the one who told her, which led to the other events, which was corroborated, which is how they connected the pieces. So I said, bruh, the one who told. That's how I'm looking at it, Joe T. But he didn't tell the police. Once the police got involved, he made a statement to the police that implicated bruh. I said, but Cocky Folk the one, he said, exactly. He said, how would you deal with that? I said, if that's how it went down, I would have let them get a one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? If and he could have stayed on the compound. I was like, I wouldn't have put the body in those situations where they had to smash, you know what I'm saying, and do what they had to do and send somebody to the bed. Because brother won, and then fast forward back to, he out here explaining the story, like, man, bro, anywhere he go, you know what I'm saying, he gonna get stepped on. He come down here, he gonna get stepped on. I pulled him to the side. Hey, bro, mind with me real quick. I'm like, bro, why you be telling that story like that? You know what I'm saying, bro? Bro, the situation happened. Hold on, Joe T, hold on, folks, because I already know what you finna say. You finna make it like it's my fault, you know what I'm saying, and we end up in a predicament, then I had to burn little buddy. Man, look, at the end of the day, I said, look, folks, that's the truth, bro. I said he should have never got pushed on by the folk, because you the one who basically put, man, hold on, bro, you ain't finna be, I said, step in the cell then, bro. Man, bro, I'm finna finish doing what I'm doing. I said, man, G be the reason, folks. Bro, this ain't got nothing to, I said it got something to do with GD now. I said, because the way you addressing me in the party, you got other people looking, bro. We finna go to the cell and we finna address this. It is what it is. Man, folks, come on, bro. Hey, funny folks, come here real quick. Dang, bro, what is this between you and me? I said, I need a witness. A witness for what, bro? What I'm finna get wrote up? I said, bro, come on. We going to the cell. He talking. I'm talking about talking. I said, bro, say something else. I'm gonna hit you with disrespect of a POA. Bro, what you on for, man? Step in the cell, bro. Just being, we step in the cell, man, bless his cell, bro. Bless his cell, man. Funny folk, I don't know what Joe T on, bro. Man, bro, tripping. I'm down here kicking it. He done pulled me to the side. I ain't even said nothing yet. He done pulled me to the side, finna address the situation. And then, so I'm already knowing where he going with it, bro. If somebody feels some type of way, bro, because I was talking to the female, and whatever happened after that, and then she whatever. I said, my point exactly, bro. I said, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty of this, bro, you the one who told, bro. Hey, folks, hey, don't disrespect me. He balled up. I said, what that supposed to do? What that supposed to mean right there? Funny folks said, hey, hold on, bro. I said, nah, he good, bro. He ain't finna do nothing. He ain't even really cut like that. Hold on, Joe T, what you trying to do? You trying to provoke me now, folks? Folks, you trying to make it like, you know what I'm saying, it's an issue or something. I said, it ain't no issue, bro. I said, the issue is, bro, you be around here doing all this talking. Bruh, folk them had to do what they had to do down there. Had it been down here, it would have never happened. What you mean it would have never happened? It would have never happened, bro. By the time we got that paperwork, because I already know, bro, they called down here. They explained the situation. Bro, you talked to somebody. When all this started, the dots got connected because of you talking, bro. But, bro, I ain't tell the police nothing. My name ain't on no paperwork nowhere. Your name in the paperwork from the person you told. You basically started the investigation because you were talking to somebody that was connected to the person, bro. If that's the case, bro would have never even been in the penitentiary. Not only that, if he was GD, folks, this most definitely would have never happened, bro. Both of y'all probably would have got dealt with. How would have got that? How, folks? Man, look. This all I'm trying to tell you, bro. How you be carrying yourself around here in that pod, bro. It ain't cool, bro. And then you making it like, bro, them really done had to put in some work because somebody that told on the folk, bro. And, bro, that ain't really how it sound, bro. And that ain't really how it went down. If you look at the paperwork, bro, dude felt like, man, I ain't in this predicament if he ain't talking to that girl. That don't mean nothing, Joe T. We come to the penitentiary, we go to jail, we deal with that there. He should have never talked to the police. So you saying it's cool for him to talk to the police? I'm saying, bro, it never get to the police without you talking to that girl, bro. Point blank, period. And the way you running around here talking about your homeboy that you grew up with or whatever, like you will do this and you will do that, like he done you wrong, bro, when the truth of the matter is he in the penitentiary because of you talking to a girl, bro. Point blank. We good, bro? Bro, I'm straight. What's up, funny folk? You straight, folk? We good? Is that what you want to holler at me about, Joe T? I said, yeah, bro. I said, I don't think it's cool. We good? I was up 12, bro. 12, bro. I'm gone. I'm good. I said, yeah, you good. He mobbed out of the cell. Funny folks say, man, bro, I've been wanting to say something, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? We in there, we in 10:30 cell the other day. He coming there to get something out of the box. When he asked for it, when 10:30 give it to him, he like, dang, bro, when I came up here the other day, bro, you trying to act like you ain't have it and this and that, and now all of a sudden you got it, like you trying to shine on me in front of, you know what I'm saying, folk in here, like 10:30 was like, bro, what is you talking about, bro? Man, I'm just saying, bro, it's every now and then when I come up here when you in the cell by yourself, bro, you be trying to act all funny and stuff, and then when there's other brothers in here and I come up here and ask for something, then, bro, then you want to give it to me, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be knowing what's up with that. I don't be liking how you be moving. I was like, dude, what? He was like, yeah, bro, just be tripping about everything. Like, he real cocky, real arrogant. So we end up with this officer in the pod. Around this same time, bruh been serving one of the Aryan Nation. He owe bruh $50. He ain't paid bruh. So, bruh got him holding his personal, not GD. He got him holding his personal butcher. And from what I understand, to pay the debt or until the debt paid off, which is what a lot of people do in the penitentiary. They got you in debt until that debt paid. I'm gonna work you. I'm gonna make you do something to where, you know what I'm saying, I can make sure I'm good on that end. And being a holder is probably the best thing going at the time. Bruh trying to get cool with this officer. I don't know what's going on. It's lockdown. The officer going around where I'm standing, I can see over because he two cells down from Big Billy. I do see when bruh standing down there by the cage, Machiavelli in earshot by the microwave, getting coffee. White boy walked by. Clearly, there was some kind of conversation that happened. White boy go up the stairs. Now, a lot of officers, because people be complaining about being on the bottom walk, 1 through 7, then you got 8 through whatever. They don't like when the officers start on the bottom walk, closing the doors first all the time. So you got some officers who will start upstairs, closing doors. So when she hollering lockdown, she go upstairs to start upstairs first. She closing, which is some Aryan Nations on that back walk, which dude was in one of the cells. So when she trying to put dude in the cell, I can see clearly something happened. Boom, she closed the door. Big Billy step in his cell, boom, close the door. She come around, lock the door. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Now sometimes when the hole full or the officers on the yard, if they short on officers, sometimes you'll sit in your cell until nighttime until they come and take you to the hole. They'll just have you secured in your cell, and they'll let your cell out or something, unless they caught both of y'all or something. But they securing you in your cell, they can just wait for the yard officer to come in and escort you to the hole. So while we in the cell on lockdown, they come in and search the Aryan Nation cell and find the knife, which automatically both people going to the hole. They keep the door locked, they finish up the count, boom, everybody come out. And of course, the Aryan Nation going down there to see what's up. Big Billy ain't down there. Some of the other Aryan Nations down there. Big Billy just sitting on the wall. So when they go over, I'm watching, they talking to Big Billy. 10:30 pull up, he was like, man, you see that? They ran in there. He like, what they get out of there? I was like, I don't know. So I'm sitting in there to see what's going on. Big Billy, Joe T, man, never mind. Come over and holler at you in a second, Joe T. I said, that was up. Big Billy go in the cell. They still talking. At this point, 10:30, like, you think that got something to do with the folk? You know what I'm saying? What do you want to holler? I'm like, I don't know. I'm finna see. He was like, you want me to go over with you? I was like, nah, I'm waiting for him to come over here like he said. Big Billy come out of the cell. He got one of the Aryan Nation brothers walking with him. So 10:30, don't leave. He come on here, Mike, Joe T, you step in the cell real quick, Joe T? I said, yeah. We, boom, walk in the cell. Man, bless his cell. The other Aryan Nation walk in, 10:30 walk in, bless his cell, 10:30 sit down. He said, man, now, hey, Joe T, now, I don't even know where to start this at, right? So my brother, which you could go over and talk to him yourself. So my brother clearly gets searched during lockdown. They find a knife in there that doesn't belong to the nation. This knife belongs to one of your brothers. Now, he's holding the knife because he owes one of your brothers $50. Here's the situation though, Joe T. Don't take this as disrespect. We think the police went in there because of something one of your brothers said in front of that police girl. 10:30 say, hold on. He said, just hear me out. Now, I ain't calling none of yours the police. I wouldn't be disrespectful and just let something like that come out of my mouth, especially being over here and being in respect of being in your cell, unless I had the concrete evidence. Joe T knows me pretty well. So, what happened was your brother down there, I guess, calling his cell trying to show out in front of that police girl. When it's almost lockdown time, bro walks by and he tries to say something to him, and your brother busts out and says, man, you worried about the wrong thing right now. Just go and get that so you can hold it during count. So he says that right there on the cage. I don't know where y'all was at before lockdown, but if you remember, your brother was standing down there because I was standing right there. If I remember right, Joe T, you were standing out too. I said, yeah, I was out here. So I don't think my brother would lie about anything like that. He didn't make nothing of it at the time. He went on about his business. He went and got the knife that he was finna hold. Now, when he was going to get that knife, she started to count upstairs this time, Joe T. So he headed back to his cell. And by the time she gets to the door, only my other brother right here was in there. And I got him with me because he heard what the police said. And Joe T, I wouldn't come over here and lie to you about anything like that. So go ahead and tell Joe T what the officer said by the time they got over to the door. Well, Joe T, so I'm standing in the cell, and when she getting ready to close the door, I was like, hey, my cellie ain't in here yet. And by that time, I heard my cellie say, here I go right here. And by the time he comes around the officer, she was like, yeah, get on in there. And I guess you had to go get whatever you had to get because you owe somebody or whatever. And my cellie just kind of looked at her and was like, what you mean? I ain't holding nothing. And she was like, yeah, whatever. Get on in the cell. You know what time it is. Get on in the cell and just keep doing what you're doing, working for whoever you're working for. So at that time, my cellie took it as disrespect, and he was like, you need to watch your mouth. And she was like, I don't need to watch nothing. And she slams the door up in my cellie's face, and then she goes on and she does her count. My cellie turns around, and he was like, and my cellie, I say, what's that right there about? He was like, man, I don't know, man. He was like, man, I'll do $50, man. I owe folk $50, and I'm coming through, and I'm saying what I'm saying to him because I'm trying to see if he needs me. And he tells me, yeah, go get whatever, you know what I'm saying, so you can hold that. And he says that right in front of her. And I don't know, I'm guessing that's what she's insinuating. And right there, Joe T, I'm going to be honest with you. I said, man, that's some police stuff, Joe T. I ain't trying to disrespect the folks or anything, but Joe T, I was like, he said that in front of the police, and now the police is saying that to you, meaning that the police knows that it may be potentially something in here. And Big Billy said, now look, Joe T, here's the problem. Now, my brothers don't supposed to be holding nothing for anything, for anybody, right? So when I go down there and ask him on the door what happened, he tells me everything that he just told me. So after he tells me all of that, I ask him, how is it that you owe him $50? So he tells me that your folk and him had been trading dope, right? So they traded some dope, and then I guess whatever, he didn't have nothing to trade, so your brother went on and fronted him something because he said he was going to get something from someone across the hall or whatever, and it didn't go how they expect, so he ended up in debt. And your brother, being, I guess, cocky brother he is, told him until, whatever. The whole time this conversation going, brother went over to the door to go holler at him or whatever. So we wrap up this conversation. Big Billy say, now, here's the situation. Now that knife's gone. Now we're gonna take care of my brother. But I just came over here because I feel like the folks should do something concerning that he said something in front of that police officer, Joe D. I mean, it's only right. I mean, we're in prison. We don't know what if that would have happened or not had he not said what he said. 10:30 say, man, bro, always doing something. He was like, well, Joe D, I'm gonna get up out of y'all's way, you know, whatever, but I'm gonna take care of mine because he should have never been holding that knife and whatever. So I'm gonna do that, but I'm hoping this is settled, you know, because I want nothing to come behind if that knife belonged to GD. I was like, oh, you good. So he mobbed out of the cell. Soon as he mobbed out, I'm sitting in there, I'm talking to 10:30, he talking back. We converse, we having a whole little conversation about cocky folk. They, what's up? It's funny folk. Come on in, bro. He, man, bless his cell. Hey, brother, I got the arm with the Aryan Nation over on the door talking about, he need the whatever. I'm like, who? He's talking about cocky folk. I said, man, go get him real quick, bro. He go get him, bring him to the cell. Bro, come in the cell. Man, bless his cell. Hey, I'm telling you, Joe T, man. Police done ran in there, got my bush up out of there. He already owed me $50. So he done doubled it. I'm talking about, if he go to the hole or not, when he get back, I'm talking about, I said, hold on, TP folk. What's up? Man, they just came over and hollered at me. I got a question. I don't care about none of that. 10:30 say, hold on, bro. You can't be talking to bro like that. I said, nah, let him go on and say whatever he is, what he want to say. Man, so look, this the situation, bro. So he owed me $50 until he paid me. I'm letting him hold. By this time, Big Billy knock on the door. Hey, Joe T, it's Billy. I said, come on in. Bro, holler, man, I don't care nothing about nothing. He come in, man, bless this cell. What's going on with you, man? He said, man, hey, look, man, your brother owed me. He said, man, I already know what's going on, man. I just went over and talked to my brother, Joe T. I'm addressing Joe T right now. He said, nah, you need to be talking to me. He the one he owed. I said, man, hold on, folks, let him talk. Like I said, Joe T. So I go over and talk to my brother now, and your brother thinks he's about to double up on mine, and he wants him to replace that knife. Joe T, that's just not going to happen on my watch. It's just not going to happen. I don't understand the way he's thinking about this when he knows 9 times out of 10 how the police end up in that cell because it was something that he said out of his mouth. By that time, bro say, man, what he hold on? I said, hold on. Now hold on, folks, he got the game. What he trying to say? I said, run it down, Big Billy. Now, I don't care nothing about the wolfing and stuff, man. You know, hey, we're in your cell, Joe T, but I don't care nothing about that loud talk. I don't got no loud talking to do, man. I'm in the penitentiary. I got a long time to do, and I've already done a long time. And I've seen every kind of person in the penitentiary. And look here, you might think for a second in your mind you're down there popping whatever game, but at the end of the day, me and you were the same color. They were a badge. Now, you down there calling yourself probably, hold on, man, he ain't finna be talking to me like that, folks. He ain't talking about nothing. I said, look, check this out. I got it, Billy. I said, when you were down there, folks, when it was time to lock down, did you say in front of the police to go get that because he got to hold that through count? Man, I don't remember. I don't know what. Well, my brother is saying that when he walked by, because he was trying to hold that for you, which he shouldn't have been holding, which I'm going to take care of when he gets through with his bid in the hole, if he goes to the hole. Now, my brother tells me that's what you said. And then when it was time to lock down, his cellie has no reason to lie. We don't play about things like this. So it's no reason for me to be in Joe T's cell being disrespectful as if I'm coming over here with some kind of hidden agenda to doing some kind of divide and conquer where you get in trouble with your brothers. Now, these are the principles I stand on. What happened when he stepped in the cell, the officer said to my brother, you must have was going to get whatever you're holding for, whoever you're holding it for, which would only make sense because she just heard you say what she said. Now my brother pops off and tells her she needs to watch herself. And next thing you know, they're running in my brother's cell and they find the knife that he's holding for you, like I told Joe D. Now, I don't know if that knife belongs to you or GD. He said, that knife belongs to me. That's my personal knife. Well, my brother is not going to be replacing nothing. And that debt is going to be dead. Other than that, you could go over and you could see my brother when that door popped. But other than that, the coincidence of what happened, Joe T, I'm going to leave that up to you guys. I said, man, y'all can step out the cell, Big Bill. Man, Joe T, you going to sit there and let the opposition, whatever. 10:30 said, hold on, bro, TP, folks. They step out of the cell. I said, man, the brothers is in there. I said, what y'all think about this? Man, bro, I don't know, bro. I ain't with, you know what I'm saying, chastising, bro. On the strength of the police ran in there. I said, I said, what happened on that situation when bro got locked up? Bro, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I said, nah, what happened on the situation that them brothers had to smash dude down there in South Central? What happened on your case, bro? That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, LT. For the brothers who don't know, everybody know? Yeah. Well, I'm going to say it anyway. Bruh ended up saying something to it. That ain't got nothing to do with it. Joe T dude told the police what happened, bro. Bro, that's the reason why bro don't smash him, because he told on me, folks. I said, bro, it never happened if you don't say something to that girl. And everything else that happened, it started with corroborating what you told the girl, bro. Point blank, period, bro. And now we in a situation where somebody's cell done got kicked in because of you saying something with your loose lips, which probably led, bro, it's no way to prove, bro, if she went up there on the strength. I said, bro, he just said he was being disrespectful, folks. This is the same girl that heard you say he holding something for you. If you go down there and ask her if she knew he was holding it for you, why she send the police in there? Bro, that's why I know she didn't go in there. If she know it's mine, why would she do that? I said, you making my point. She knew it was in there because of you. Bro, I want to see the white boy. You can see the white boy. You're going to see that 6 minutes too. 6 minutes? You want me to write it up? 6 minutes what? No cover. But I done told you about your mouth. 6 minutes? Y'all agree with this, folks? 10:30. GD on that, folks. What's up? Man, folks. Bro, you basically told the police, bro. Point blank, period. You said that in front of the police, they ran in dude's cell, bro. You lucky you ain't going way to the cat club.